Hello, guys. Welcome to the hangout. Hello, Deuce, Wild Bill, William, Michael Reisha, RC Explorer, Ethan. Ethan, you're a moderator now. Victor, what's going on, guys? Y'all have a happy Father's Day. Hope so. Hello, Josh Weaving. I put a 10-second delay on this chat, put it in slow mode. So I kind of got lost last week. We had so much going on. Missed a whole lot. Maybe I'll catch all the chats. Hey, George Watts, 200 driver, welcome. There's no point of it at all, RC Explorer. I like blue. But you need to be a sub to my channel. If I find out any difference, I'll take it away from you. How's the volume sound, guys? Does it sound okay? Air Marshal, yes, I'm a commie. Grandpa, Air Marshal. Was it Channel 6 flaps cause your grandpa? I gotta get Channel 6 flaps in here. Happy Father's Day, everybody. I know y'all a bunch of dads in here. Call me great grandpa. Well, if it fits the bill, Dave Marshall, it fits the bill. You don't look like a great grandpa. But I'll tell you, I am. My grandkids are having kids. Good night, RC Explorer. Glad you could drop by. Hope you get to feeling better. Wild Bill, it don't take long for them to grow up and have kids. Tell you that now. Mine's growed up so fast. My baby, he's 30 years old. And he's had 2 babies. Rasha, that's not true. I didn't get started till I was about 20. I had my first baby at 21. She's probably 40, I don't know, 43, 44. She was born in 79. Hello, Mike Keller. Welcome. What's up, Reckham Roy? Uncle? I think I fixed the audio in that little thing I was going to show you last week, of Air Marshal. See if I can't replay it for y'all. Did y'all get to hear that? The volume on the video? Did y'all get to hear what Air Marshal said? Still no sound through that. Damn it to hell. I'll cut the volume on, everything. I'll have to play it off his channel. It's better that it wasn't no sound. Well, since it's Father's Day, it reminds me of blowing stuff up with my dad. Either shooting guns or things going bang. I've got a few videos I'm going to show y'all tonight. First one is some LiPo batteries that blows up in these planes. So maybe you can hear the volume in this. We'll see if we can get them up and going.
Yeah, they're all back. Oh,
Wheels come off.
Whoa! What the fuck have you done? Whoa! I can't even get the camera straight. Fucking hell! I've never been so shocked and excited in my life. I fucking went up brilliantly, didn't it?
I thought you liked it.
Oh. That was bad. I don't think I got any on that film because I was too busy laughing. Whoa! What the fuck have you done? Whoa! Fucking hell! Jesus!
That's the LIFO's blowing up. Well, when the LIFOs blow out, sometimes they don't explode until they get negative, positive together. Then that's when you get an explosion. Eric, the park zone 109 should be getting here Wednesday. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, LIFOs blow up planes pretty good. Not all LIFOs explode. It's only when the negative and positive gets together. If they just defuse and just smoke, that's bad enough. But when the cells touch one another, negative, positive, you're going to get a reaction like that and it's going to explode. LIFO batteries are cells that they hold up so much energy inside of them. They're trying to release it out of the case as soon as you charge it. And it's how you handle the battery, how you discharge them, put them in storage. They're just the chemicals in them, they're just dangerous. They always don't blow up like that, but they do blow up. I've seen some videos online where they cut off all the leaves off of it, George, drop it down into salt water, and let it naturally decay with its salt water. It de-energizes all the cells. Then you can just discard it in the trash. But ever since I watched that video, it just went viral to me. Craziest things I've ever seen. That little 540 edge blowed up in a million pieces. That's just crazy. We used to fill up milk jugs with water, go shoot them with 357 Magnums. Set them all on a dirt pile, shoot them with a handgun. Sometimes they'd get to twisting and throwing water out 30 feet in the air. Best times ever. my father's, my mom's been gone 30 years. My dad's been gone 23 years. So me and Dad, he taught me how to hunt when I was young, and I've had a gun in my hand all my life. Remember him shooting firecrackers and blowing up stuff. Always some good times with him. I don't think I'd ever drive a screwdriver through my sails. I just don't want to take that risk of them exploding in front of me. I've had a firecracker go off in my hand when I was young. My old hand stayed numb for about 4 hours. And that was just a little black cat. But back in my days, black cats were pretty powerful. My dad messed around with cherry bombs. I'm talking about the real ones back in the 60s. They're like a fourth of a stick of dynamite. They got waterproof fuses. Kids used to take them to school and flush them in the toilets and blow out the plumbing at high school with them. Blow up mailboxes, phone booths, throw them out of the car, running down the road. Those are the real firecrackers I remember. Then they had the M80s. They come out later, but the cherry bombs come out first. The M80s are just as powerful. But my daddy, he kept a gross box of those cherry bombs in the kitchen all the time. And what the main thing he did with them, we take them hunting and throw them in den trees, the hollowed out ones. And if there was a nest of squirrels inside that tree, they'd all run out through the top. We'd shoot them. Oh, GB Lyndon. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, those metal ammo boxes, they're sealed. You probably need to drill a hole or two in the top of it so it's vent, because it's going to swell on you. All that gases has got to go somewhere. You just don't want to catch your house on fire. Those metal ammo cans are ideal for LiFo batteries. Containment. But I'd vent them. I'd make sure there's some holes drilled in them. Because you start pressurizing that box from the inside, it's got to go somewhere. Those things are locked down. Concrete, porcelain tiles, or fire bricks, anything you set them up on. Yeah, most of the batteries I've seen blow just vents. Puts out that white smoke. But they do blow up from time to time. I've got another video I want to show y'all guys of machine gun shooting at prop planes. It's pretty cool. This is in Arizona. Big Sandy shooting range. They got some serious firepower. This is in Arizona. Here we go. Got some gassers they're going to send across the field.
Oh, it flew right over your head. Nobody hit it over your head. Oh, okay. Wave came out. No screamer on this one. The helicopter's going to be landing any minute now. Yeah.
Down low. That one has dynamite in the wings. Okay,
Dynamite on it.
What's that? To be up on that end when it starts.
Yeah.
You get a good cross section. Climbing up to it, getting ready.
Here they put glow sticks on them, fly them at night. You watch the tracers shoot at them. Pretty crazy.
I think I got it.
Pretty wild, guys. Oh, Nate. I've been out of chat a minute. When I shot machine guns with a cousin of mine, we'll always put every third round a tracer. That's how we usually set up the machine guns, the M60s and M30s. That the M60 is an awesome weapon. I had more fun shooting it than anything. Shot an M50 on tripod, an M60, an M30 on the tripod, and I'd say the most fun I had was the M60. I've got a link of shells for it somewhere around the house that I've had for years. Christy, that's like a 4th of July in June. We've been having 92 and 93-degree weather, and I feel like that song does me justice. My December in June. Y'all check out the feature song, Lincoln Park. Yes, Shadow Ops, they're awesome. We had a friend down in Brentwood, Tennessee, that owned a collection. We take them out about once a year to the rock quarry and shoot World War II surplus ammo. And machine guns would run till you found a dead round. You'd have to reach up, pull it out, put another one in, run 5 to 10. It'd stop, pull it out, and go again. We shoot off in that water in the rock quarry, and that 50 would hit the water so hard that eventually kicked up water spray up so high it got in the wind and blowed back on us. We was a good 100 yards from where we're shooting. Pretty wild. I've got it on a VHS tape, and I wish I could transfer it to a digital type drive, a digital video, which I will one of these days maybe. And I'll show you some shooting that we used to do. It's not against the law to own machine guns. You just got to get a special permit to own them. You can't lend them out to nobody. You got to be with them at all times. It's the way the law used to be. Yeah, it takes 2 men to set up the M50 on tripods, the weight of it. But it has no recoil at all. Shooting off tripod. It's a loud mama jama. Captain Blodge, he'd get upset them shooting up all them gas planes. Hello, Jackson RC. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, it's not mobile. There's a company down here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They make the Barrett rifle, the 50 caliber. You can buy them bolt action. I don't have no need for one myself. Just a lot of expense. Shells cost a lot of money. It's been raining here all day, guys. Finally got some rain after some hot weather. GB, what are y'all gonna do with Seattle? It's a damn mess up there. I need to send a National Guard up in there and clean that house. If the governor don't kick him people out, they'll run his city. I don't think federal government's gonna do anything with it. It's election year. They don't want to be the bad guys. They won't never come to Linden, GB. They're gonna stay in Seattle. All that crap wouldn't happen in Tennessee. I don't understand why Seattle has to let that shit happen. Just let the people take over the city. Run by commies. Run by something. I don't think the government's running it at all. Wild Bill is strawberry custard. Want to give a thanks to Shadow Ops RC. He's sent me a Park Zone BF 109G Park Zone mistress. I'll show you a picture of the bird. See if I can share it. It's a 2009 model, and it's got fixed gears on it, landing gears, and the planes had flaps added to it. He's generous. Might never give it to me. I paid for shipping, but I love this plane. Since I've had the Focke-Wulf 190 A8 for years now. That's going to be its little brother in the hangar. It's got some hangar rash, crash wrecks, glued fuselage. But what do you expect for a 2009 model? It's 1100 millimeter. It's got I think a BL15 motor in it, 30 amp ESC. I'm not sure what's been changed in it till I get it. For America, it should be here. FedEx says it'll be here Wednesday this week. So it'll all be good. Oh, I love park zone birds. I love the warbirds. And I miss the park zone. Once I started flying park zone, they're real good planes to fly, to learn with. And that 109 I didn't have, and you got it at a good price. And I said, my Lord, I wish I could find one like that. I'll go in and check it, Eric. All the motor, ESC. I think you had to tighten up the motor or something on it. I think you said. I'll check everything out. You didn't leave a receiver in it, did you? Yeah, Horizon Hobbyists, they said there will never be park zone again. So this shut down. This will be the third park zone plane I got. I got F4F Wildcat, Focke-Wulf 190, and I'll have this BF 109G. So the set screws on the motor shaft were loose. Okay. So there's no receiver in it. That's okay because I run Spectrum radios. I'll throw some kind of Spectrum in it. A 6-channel. Christy, the only parts available for that bird is the wings and the tail. That's it. The rest of it you'll have to fix if you crash it. If you don't mangle it up too bad. I've crashed some of mine to pieces and got them back together. Well, Bill, did you get that Bigfoot ready to go? It's a good deal. I'll put probably a lemon in it or an orange in it there. I've been flying these little 618 orange, the long antennas. They seem to do pretty good in that P51 I got. I've got the other one in my Super Cub. I bought two of them. I think it's called a R618 RX, orange receiver. About $16, $17 a piece. Yeah, I like lemon receivers. Got one in my Bixler with a satellite hooked up to it. That's so I can fly above that 400 feet. I'm sorry, 40 feet. I don't want to get too high now. Deuce is back. Man, I hate you wrecking your plane. I hope they replace it for you, most. Spectrum receivers is okay, but they're just so darn expensive. I can get a lemon for half the price. I know you was upset, Deuce. I'd be upset too. I've had them fall out of the sky 200 feet high, out of control, doing a death spiral. And you fighting the sticks, trying to do everything you can to bring it out of it, and it hits the pavement just as like a drill bit. George, one of his new planes went down. L5 Tiger. He had it flying around for about 2 minutes, and it just went haywire. That's part of RC. I just hate sea crashes though. I'll be honest with you, especially when they're mine. Hurts deep down. Ha ha. Oh Lord. I finally got my Wildcat back together, but I still ain't thrown the prop on it yet. I'm still working on my Super Cub. And as soon as I get this Super Cub straightened out, I'll go back to the Wildcat and throw the prop on it, do my all final testing on it. But I'm pretty sure the Wildcat's ready to go, all except putting the prop note on it. This spins up good. The gyro acts like it's working right. They're all moving in the right direction. Time will tell. Guys, I hadn't felt good this past week. Hadn't feel like flying, doing anything. Woke up one morning and had a sore throat. Had the blahs ever since. Shadow, be careful with it, kingfisher. Seen Mike Keller take off with that V900 with the wheels. It's pretty cool. Guys out there, GB's got a Teespring collection. He's got some t-shirts and stickers for sale. GB, throw your link out there to your Teespring store. If you ain't crashing, you ain't flying. Sometimes things can't be explained in RC planes. The wiggly washer come off the giggly pin, or your thumbs got dumb, moved it too far to the left, meant to go to the right. And guys, left is always left, no matter where you're at or in orientation. Left is left. Your radio's in your hand. Left's left, always. I try to remember that when I'm looking at the plane's coming at me. Left's left, always on that radio. Left is left. Makes the plane move left, even looking at it. That's one thing I try to remember where I'm at on that radio is what that plane's going to do. If I'm just going away from me or coming at me, left is always left. I need to get back on RF9, practice more. I ain't flew in a while. No, I'll be rusty. Victor, I've crashed my share. I've repaired my share too. And trust me, repairing's not as fun as flying. Ha ha. Everybody has to learn somehow or another. That's good, Pilot Jerry. I need to get on there and fly some. GB, what's a good LiPo battery to put in my thnxs Gen 3 radio? I'm tired of recharging batteries. Thinking about putting a 2S 950 milliamp battery in the back of it. Surely that thing would last longer than these little rechargeable AA's I've got. Mine's a 3rd generation DX6. And I charge all 4 batteries up in that little tray, put them back in there. I'm still under 6 volts. It's like 5.5 volts. And I'm just charging them up. They're getting old. I'm wanting to convert it over to a LiPo. Take out that little tab in the back door tray. We'll click your Amazon link. Right click, open new tab. Thank you, GB. I'll look at that. You're using a 2000 milliamp? I don't need a charger. I just need the battery. I'll check it out, GB. Thanks for the link. I've got to get a LiPo or use something I've got. Is that a 2S battery? Oh, I will, GB. EQ, good night, sir. Pilot Ryan, 15S. What is 15S, Pilot Ryan? Big boy packs for micros. I always thought they was running like 2S batteries with 1000 milliamp in those DX6s or something. Kidding? I know you're kidding, Pilot Ryan. You always do. Trying to plug my Curio coffee maker up in that wire. Make coffee with my jet. Did you have a good fly this weekend, Ryan? Good times, huh? Get a lot of video footage. No word, just play. Zero footage. Well, maybe somebody got you flying. You need some time to let your hair down like you did with that Havoc. That was the best flight ever. Looked like Josh Weaving had fun with his Havoc too. What I seen on YouTube, Josh has crashed his Havoc. Not sure what happened to it, but it's all mangled up. The wiggly watcher come off the giggly pin. Yeah, the Havoc didn't look pretty at all. I don't think that one's fixable. I doubt it. Dave Kowalski, he wrecked his A10, the one he loved flying so good. Changed the CG on it to where somebody else told him to, and messed him up. And he had the good CG in it where he loved flying the plane and changed it. I got somebody messaging me. All right, I'm back. Thanks, GB. I'll look at that. I just getting charged, recharging. No, it's non-glad rechargeable batteries, double A's. They were old. I used to have them in a camera. I took them out, put them in my radio, and they've been working fine. But I want something to last a little bit longer, higher voltage. I know Spectrum, they sold a battery to put in that DX6. But I was going to try to find an alternate, cheaper battery. I use my thnxs on real flight 9. Then I wear it down flying on the computer. Then I charge them back up when I go fly my real planes. And a couple flights with it, I need to recharge them again. Constantly looking at the voltage on my radio. Seems like they're going down quicker and quicker all the time now. I'm just going to change to a LiPo in it. Hang it out to dry. Putting along a half throttle is a good speed to cruise around with shadow ops. So you carry more than you can fly, Ryan. I heard that. Back when I was flying at the AMA field, I'd go out there, take a few planes. I'd fly maybe 3 to 5 circuits, and I was pretty much done. So I usually got there around 3 in the afternoon and flew to 7, 7:30, 27:30, and 8 o'clock at night. Then it was time for me to go home. Always try to fly late in the evening as the sun's going down. Wasn't so hot. How you doing, Roach Coach? Glad you made it. That's good. So you had a good Father's Day, Ryan. Everybody's fixing planes. I'm included. Hometown, Muncie. A lot of people there, Ryan. Victor, if that's your way to relax, I can send you some more to relax with. Rick and Roy wasn't so far away. I'd send all my wreck planes to him. It's a good deal, Ron. I'm trying to still straighten out my Hobby Zone Super Cub LP. I ain't got it straightened out yet. I've got to get it back up and get it trimmed out. Once I get it trimmed out, it'll be fine. It's making good power. You ain't been on a tail dragger in a while. It takes a while to get back in the swing of things. That's one thing I've never tried is a tricycle plane. I own tail draggers, and that's what I learn on. But I don't fly them all the time. If you throw the gas to them too quick, they'll nose over on you. You got to ease the throttle on tail draggers. Sometimes right rudder. Sometimes they just lift straight off straight. Never know about them. Last time I flew the Super Cub, got up about 2 foot off the ground and started going to the right. It just tip stalled right in the ground. Couldn't do nothing with it. That's because I give it some right aileron trim last time I was up. Super Cub. I should have given it some right rudder instead of the right aileron. I don't know what I was thinking. Had a brain fart, I think. GB, when you hit John's truck, that was funny. That Super Cub. Super Cubs, they fly excellent once you get them trimmed out, but I've changed so much on this plane, I don't know it yet. And I'm still trying to figure. It flew around in a circle out there with sticks off about, I don't know, 300-foot diameter circle. This flew around the yard in circles. And I don't know why. The wings were level, and I should have just trimmed the rudder. I don't know what I was thinking, but I give it some right aileron trim. But I'll get it straightened out sooner or later. I don't fly with a lot of rudder. And I need to start practicing using it with this plane here. It turns real good with rudder. So it was designed to turn with elevator and rudder to begin with. But I've got some 9 by 2.5 inch ailerons in it now to help bank it. It's just a habit not using the aileron, yank and bank. Then get back into using rudder a little bit more on this one. This is a matter of time getting it up more, trimming it out. Once I get it trimmed out, I'll be good. Reckon you bought that little P-51, didn't you? The little 750 millimeter. The one I bought. It's a fun little plane. Be a 30-inch P-51. He wants to buy yours, GB. They're only like $98. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that Tempest. It's a pretty nice looking plane. I'm getting that park zone. It'll be here Wednesday. Be another one I have to deal with. It's 1100 millimeter. Shadow Ops lives in Idaho. And for him to ship me that plane, 1100 millimeter plane from there to Tennessee, was $160 FedEx. And that was the cheapest he could find a carrier to bring it to me. And he got it sent through his wife's work for $68. So I give him 100. Not Greyhounds. It's coming FedEx. Last time I looked, it was in Nebraska. Headed my way. It's ridiculous what they charge to ship planes. More than what the plane's worth sometimes. But Shadow Ops, his wife took it to work and shipped it from there. Saved a lot of money. See you, Pilot Ryan. I work so hard. Aaron Marshall. What are you doing, Grandpa? I haven't checked today, Eric, but last time I checked, it was late last night. It was in Nebraska. It made it from Boise, Idaho, down to North Salt Lake City or something, Utah. Then it was in somewhere in Nebraska yesterday, so it's headed my direction. What are you editing? Receiver stuff, Air Marshal? Salt Lake City, something, Utah, north. Salt Lake City. I think that's what it said. Pretty sure it said North Salt Lake, Utah. Where in the hell that it is? MiG-29 stuff. Oh, you're gonna like that plane. Just wish they would have brought it out at a cheaper price. MiG-29. It's a pretty little bird. I bet that the MiG-29 would be better flying than that big Su-30. It's so freaking big. I think I'd rather fly the MiG-29 than a smaller version of it. I'm with you, Roy. Over 300, it's hard to choke. My love is prop planes still. And I fly most props. Shadow, I didn't really have a favorite animal to hunt. I hunted all. I got deer on the wall, had deer roast in the oven, rabbit stew, barbecue rabbit, fried squirrel. My dad brought me up on wild game ever since I was born. It's the way you do it in Tennessee. Salt Lake City. Sounds almost like a Tina Turner song, Air Marshal. Nothing but city limit. Georgia's from KY. He's just one side above me. I quit hunting a few years back. Shadow Ops. I guess early 90s. I think I quit. I fished quite a bit after that, just fishing in my bass boat. I done away with hunting and done a lot of fishing. I got some 23-inch largemouth mounted on the wall. Caught some big bass. Yeah, getting out to the mountains is cool. George, I had a bass boat a 15'8" with a 90-horse Mariner on it. And back before my youngest son started chasing skirt, he used to go fishing with me all the time. Then he started chasing girls, and I didn't have nobody to fish with. And take the boat out and fill the truck up with gas and boat, put oil in it. It cost me $75 every time I took it out. And I didn't fish for a year, decided to sell it. I sold the boat. I miss running up and down the river, going swimming. River rat. Running up the river was fun to me. Little V-bottom bass boat, it run 45 with a 90 on it. So it moved on pretty good. If you want to catch fish in Tennessee, go fish in the river and fish the logs in the river. Throw you some chartreuse spinnerbait around those logs, and every bass underneath that log hiding in the shade will come out and hit it. Guaranteed. I can take you right to the big ones. And you better have some 30-pound braid on your reel, because they'll break it every time. 30 pounds good on my bait casters. That's all I ever used was 30-pound braid. It'll pull a truck off with a bumper off a truck. You can't break it. You'll bend the hook out of its mouth before you break the line. George, I don't think I can stick my hand and arm up in a catfish's mouth. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. They find those holes and them catfish backs up in them. They run their hands in there to get them to bite them. I had an uncle who used to do it. He's got scars around his wrist and his elbow where they come out and bit him. He'd grab them, pull them on out. Kind of wild. I ain't sticking my hand in there. No. Ain't happening. They can have all that noodling they want. They do it in Arkansas and Oklahoma, places like that. There are not many people that noodles here in Tennessee that I know of, but they might do it. I'm sure they do. I just don't know anybody. I got a cousin, he eats snapping turtle. He says it's got like 11 different tastes of meat in it. He says it's good. I don't think I've ever eaten it. Peeling the shell off of it probably turned me against eating it. You know, snapping turtles are bad dudes. Something you don't mess with. They can get mean on you. I hung one down there in the river, back up in the creek one time with chicken liver, trying to catch catfish up in the creek. And I caught one. And that time I had a 69 Datsun truck. And I ain't lying. If I'd got it, I didn't have a pistol with me that day, and I don't know why I didn't. That snapping turtle would have hung off all the. If I'd laid it on the hood of that truck of mine, it would have. It was easily 300-pound turtle. It would have hung off on both fenders in front of the truck. It's humongous. It just took his, pulled him up to the bank, and I was like 12, 15 feet above the water, high on the bank. And as soon as he pushed off with one foot, he snapped my line. He muddied up the whole creek going to the deep water. Biggest turtle I ever seen in my life. My cousin, he loves to eat them. I've never been around him where he eat them or cleaned them, but he swears he likes them. 11 different tastes of meat in it. They ain't no telling there, Marshall. George, thanks for coming by, man. Air Marshal, me and my dad was fishing off the Pensacola Pier. It wasn't Pensacola. I think it was Pensacola. Or it was Panama City Pier. One of the two. I think it was Pensacola. And I dropped a deep sea outfit with 100-pound test out. And I think it was fishing with squid. And I caught an eel. And this old boy from Tennessee, he don't like eels. I said, Dad, I got something on there. I started reeling it up real slow. And it got heavier and heavier, like it's a rubber boot full of water. It got heavier and heavier. Time I got it to the top of the water, it started twisting the line, wrapping around it. I said, what in the hell have I caught? And it was a black eel with yellow spots. It's probably 4.5 foot long. And he bit the hook good. I just reached in my pocket, got my knife, and I cut the line. I said, I ain't messing with you, dude. I dropped him back in the ocean. See you, Roach Coach. You leaving? Y'all be good. Thanks, Shadow Ops, for dropping by. Thanks for seeing me at 109. Now, I wasn't about to get that eel off that hook. I cut the line, let him have it all. So I re-rigged this, fish again. We had a lot of fun down there catching king mackerel. Take a top water plug, a pretty good sized top water lure that's afloat, sling it out there and start ripping across the top of the water. And you see a fin break around 3 o'clock coming around behind it, coming in and bamming it. We was catching 13-pound king mackerel down there off the pier. A lot of fun. Those rapless air marshal, I used to fish in a creek back home, and snakes used to chase them all the way up to my feet, trying to catch it. The little creek was full of snakes down there, water snakes. And I noticed every time I throw it in there and reel it, retrieve it back to me real slow, there'll be something stick its head out following it. So I throw it back. It used to come all the way out of the water on the ground, coming after it. I said, good God. It was time for me to go home that day. I probably wasn't 12, 13 years old, down there fishing by myself, about a mile from my dad and my mom's house. Just go down there fishing all the time. Water snakes hang out in the trees. We used to climb in trees to take a snag hook, tear a t-shirt, hang on a triple hook, and hang out of them trees down there and snag them suckers. Oh, you talking about a fight. Snatching suckers down there in the creek. They probably weigh 20 pounds a piece. Talking about fun. But I've had snakes right above my head, me up there in the tree with them. That's not fun. I don't like snakes. Shadow Ops, I'm going to see what all I got to do to that plane. Put a receiver in it. I'll be flying that bad boy. Try to anyway. You crashed a plane doing an inverted pass over John today. What kind of plane was it? GB? Night Timber X. You tear it up. I watched Jeff from Lower Alabama fly his Timber X. Looks like a good flyer. It's a pretty bird. I love the 3D capability of it. That huge ailerons and flaps on it. I hate that, GB. Get you some phone tack. It's okay, Victor. I talked to my sons early this morning. GB, Uncle Roy, GB's calling you. GB, will you be able to fix it? It'll be pretty, GB. Just gives the plane some history. That's all it does. You look at it, say, well, I remember that crash where I glued the tail back on it, where I cartwheeled it. Timbers, they glue pretty good if you use foam tack. They glue pretty hard where it cracks if you use foam tack. They use foam tack in the tubes. And I'd have to say, if you crash again, that joint won't break. It'll break somewhere else. But that joint won't break again using foam tack. Air Marshal made it funny. Supposed to smoke him crack, GB. Fly, crash, glue, repeat. That's what you do. I think Uncle Roy, he's went to bed. So I don't see him no more, GB. Guys, we got 9 in here watching. I think I'm gonna shut this puppy down. Thank all y'all for coming out and keeping me company. Y'all have a happy Father's Day the rest of the day. Dave, tell Amy I said hi. Hello, Jerry. Thanks for coming out, dude. She heard me. Hi, Amy. She's never far away. William, glad you come out. Night, Christy. Maybe we'll hit this back up next Sunday night. Y'all need me, you know where to find me. Adios, amigos. Peace.